I can already tell it's NBA season because the warm-ups are gone. Christine, look at the dress.
He means business now.
I mean, this is what you look like when you cover the NBA.
I'm going to the Lakers game, or Clippers and Lakers game, and I had to look good.
You're working straight through that time? That's a long day.
Long day. Long day. But it's going to be exciting.
Committed.
Listen, I worked 2 jobs yesterday.
I know. I never question your work ethic. Okay, so I made my prediction. I said Ben Simmons will be a better NBA player. He won't get the attention. The crazy dad.
You don't think he'll get the attention?
No, I think Ben Simmons will get attention. I think Lonzo will get more. Lakers, crazy dad, Magic Johnson, the building of an empire back. I think Ben Simmons is longer, stronger, better at the gym, better at the rim, more athletic, a little more versatile. Here's my concerns with Lonzo. I think he's going to be clever, franchise-altering, aware of the court like Jason Kidd. I worry about his athleticism, and he looks like he gets tired quickly in games, summer league preseason. Am I nuts?
I wouldn't say nuts, but I don't think those are huge concerns.
Okay.
I think he'll grow into his body, so I don't think that'll be a problem. And I think he'll grow into his stamina as well. I do agree with you that we know Lonzo's been compared to Magic Johnson by none other than Magic Johnson. Lonzo is more like Jason Kidd. And Ben Simmons is more like Magic Johnson.
Thank you.
Now, Ben Simmons, what I wonder about is, does he have the leadership of Magic Johnson?
Well, nobody does.
And I don't know that he has the intangibles. Like, I like Lonzo's intangibles better, at least from what I've seen so far. But just pure game, Ben Simmons is more like Magic. Magic wasn't a great outside shooter. He developed that little set shot, later in his career. But Magic could score, and Ben Simmons can score.
No question.
He's going to give you 17, 18 points a game probably this year.
He is a strong, long, sinewy. Now, when I watch him, I think Simmons is going to finish at the rim more than people think.
No question. He's going to give you 18 points a game. He's a pass-first guy. He's a tremendous passer. He's fast in the open court. My only question is, will he have the leadership ability that Lonzo Ball has? So that's the difference there. Here's the thing with Lonzo. People that I would say don't really understand the game that well are going to look at him and say, what's the big deal? Because he's not going to dazzle you with his handle.
Doesn't finish at the rim.
He's not going to finish much at the rim. He's not going to take over a game on a regular basis scoring-wise. So this year, I think he's going to average 11 and 8. People are going to look at Dennis Smith Jr. in Dallas.
He's going to blow everybody away.
Yep.
He's
the Aaron Fox in Sacramento.
By the way, I said this yesterday. Dennis Smith in Dallas is Westbrook. He will dominate highlight shows.
Yeah. And a lot of people are going to love those two and De'Aaron Fox. And I like Fox. He has good intangibles too. But Ball, if you understand the game, you're just going to see how he makes everybody better. And he's got those intangibles, the leadership, and he's going to change the Lakers culture. But everybody's not going to recognize it.
By the way, let's just say this. Philadelphia will win a lot more games than the Lakers, primarily not because the roster's that much better. The East is awful. Let's just lay it out here for the Lakers. They're the Yankees of the NBA. They're the Cowboys of the NFL. They're the Manchester United. Of this sport which debuts for the Lakers and Lonzo tonight, they are the team. I think they're poor defensively. I don't think they have the physicality needed in the West, and I think Lonzo's going to find out, man, you got to play a world-class point guard every night. I see the Lakers as a fun, clever, improving 32-win team.
I agree. 32-34, I give them. There are at least 10 teams in the West better than
Yes.
We know the top 4. Then you got Minnesota, Portland, Denver, Memphis,
all better.
Utah, the Clippers, and I haven't even mentioned New Orleans. So they have no chance. I know there's people around here that think they're going to make the playoffs.
They're not.
They have no chance. But like you said, what I want to see with them is a change of culture based around Lonzo. I want to see his unselfishness permeate the franchise and the team. I want to see everybody making the extra pass because of him, because he's been contagious. I want to see everybody running the floor in anticipation of getting an easy layup or dunk from Lonzo. I want to see them enjoying themselves and liking playing with each other.
Yeah.
If I get that and they win 32-34, Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma, all these guys are improving.
Good
Julius
year.
Randle.
Good year.
It's a good year. That's what you want.
Okay, Kyrie Irving, listen, he doesn't regret what he wanted to be the guy, now he's the guy. But you
look bit tougher.
So I'm watching last night, and I'm like, oh, it's just Kyrie and a bunch of 19, 20, 21-year-olds, right? I mean, I'm going to throw this out there. Milwaukee's going to finish second.
You got him second.
I think Miami and Milwaukee right now, today, this morning, I like the Heat and the Bucks better than Boston without Gordon Hayward. I do. They're too young.
They're very young. I really like Jaylen Brown. No, I think he can become one of the better two-way players in the league.
Yeah, he's a very good defensive player.
Yeah, and he obviously can score, and he's got the athleticism. But I don't disagree with you necessarily. Look, I would say Milwaukee, Washington, Toronto, maybe Miami, and Boston are all essentially the same. They're all on the same level. And Adetokounmpo, as great as Kyrie is, he's better. Giannis is better.
Yeah. Did you see Kyrie's line last night?
Yeah, 7 for 25.
Wait a minute. Colin, first of all, yesterday you were saying you take nothing away from this part of the season, and now you do.
No.
Well,
and also, don't you think that Jaylen Brown and the younger guys, if we're looking for a positive with Hayward out, they'll be able to develop? I'm saying for Chris.
Oh.
Will be able. I know you're not. Would be able to develop faster.
Yeah, I mean, look, they were going to get their chances anyway, even with Hayward there, because they're starting. I think Tatum will probably get more opportunities. Jaylen was going to get his, but Tatum will get more opportunities. He won't have to go through what Jaylen went through last year by sitting on the bench and coming off. So I'm not writing them off as far as making the playoffs and all that.
No, but I think they'll be a playoff team. Kyrie's so good, and they're well coached, and they play real defense. I said this to Christine yesterday. They didn't just lose Gordon Hayward. They lost Kelly Olynyk, Jay Crowder, Bradley, Isaiah Thomas, Gordon Hayward. Those are NBA players. Okay, Kelly Olynyk may not be flashy.
And a lot of those guys were their heart and soul.
60 points, 20 rebounds, 12 assists, hustlers.
Yeah.
I always liked Avery Bradley. Okay, let's Charles Barkley has been very critical of the Houston situation. Here's why I think Chris Paul, Harden work. Because they're smart. And I think smart people, here's Charles Barkley on Houston. It's over. Here it is.
One thing we didn't talk about in the pregame show, very briefly, how much better is Houston with Chris Paul?
That's the reason we didn't talk about it.
His skill set
It's useless.
is useless.
I mean, he wasn't even there in the fourth quarter when the game was on the line. Chris Paul is a great player, but he's not a stand-in three shooter. Can I give you a football analogy?
You can.
Adrian Peterson is a great Hall of Fame football player. He goes to New Orleans. They don't run this type of offense. And it didn't work there. He comes to Arizona. He has 130 yards in the first game. Totally different animal.
Is he wrong?
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Now, I like Houston, but I think kudos to Chris Paul for doing what he wanted to do. It's not easy to leave a place you've been. Not easy to leave that much money on the table. What, 170 million?
Hey, listen, Kyrie and Chris Paul left. Good spots. One of them an incredible spot.
I think Chris Paul made a huge mistake.
Who?
Because James Harden has not changed his game at all. He's doing exactly what he did last year. And look, it's his team. I was talking to a front office guy last night. He said, it's Harden's team. He shouldn't change. You went to his team, okay? But Chris Paul standing in the corner, and I know he wanted to be off the ball a little more, standing in the corner as a spot-up shooter half of the game, or a little more than half of the time he's out there, that he's not giving you much in that role. And here's the thing you notice when you watch that first game.
30 seconds left.
Chris plays at a slower pace than the rest of them. Those Harden, it makes quick decisions. Their shooters catch it, shoot, or drive. Quick decisions. Chris surveys. And that's what's made him one of the greatest point guards, but he surveys. That doesn't fit their pace, at least not yet. And so I think he may not get the max next year.
You were good today. You brought it, man. Greg Cosell next, Jim Ross later. Chris Broussard was